Weibo posts about the United States pointing the finger at China for cyber attacks appeared quite frequently over the past few months. However, for the first time ever, the Pentagon directly asserted that the Beijing government and its military conducted cyber attacks against the U.S. in its annual military report, which also claimed that the cyber attacks were carried out in efforts to steal information from federal agencies. Now, in the original Weibo post, which cites the Associated Press as a source, the report on the Chinese military goes a little further than in the past, when American authorities said that the cyber attacks originated in China and may be linked to Beijing's use of civilian experts in attacks against American companies. Now, most Weibo users do not believe China is capable of launching the kind of attacks that America is accusing China of launching. Now, many Weibo users found that Chinese technology is perhaps a decade behind American technology, and that the report might just be a pretense for America to launch cyber attacks against China. Let's take a look at some Weibo comments.
Everybody knows that America is the hegemonic king of the internet. As for intelligence information, those travel between countries all the time. Calling someone a thief and then mugging them has been the American tactic for the past 100 years. America is saying that China attacks them using cyber warfare, but in reality it's America that wants to use the internet to control other countries. The more that America tries to make a big fuss over this, the worse they will look. The skills of Chinese cyber warriors are pathetic indeed, since America is able to find out who's behind the attacks so easily. You need to provide real evidence. You can't just point fingers and offer one-sided data. Where's the concrete evidence? America is just like Japan. It seems smearing dirt on China's face is a popular pastime for them.
According to the military report, China is also in the progress of modernizing its military and pointed out that there is a lack of transparency about its military capabilities, which has heightened regional tensions. China had announced in March that its defense budget was $114 billion, an increase of 10.4% from the previous year. However, the Pentagon estimates that China's actual military expenditure in 2012 was either between $135 billion and as high as $215 billion, although many Weibo users would swear that much of the budget could have gone to buying expensive liquor. Now, the American report has been met with much criticism in China, and not just from government officials. China's Xinhua news agency, China's state news agency, ran an article citing a researcher from the People's Liberation Army who described the report as irresponsible and harmful to the mutual trust between the two countries. Words that have been repeated by many people, from experts to China's foreign spokesperson over the past few months. However, not all Weibo users were against the report. Many Chinese Weibo users felt that given the secretive nature of China's military, the report offered insight into information that regular Chinese people simply did not have access to. Now let's take a look at a few more comments.
The only time that we learn of China's military capabilities is when the Americans release reports on the Chinese military. The report does not target China, it is a report on all the countries. We shouldn't think so highly of ourselves. America won't declare war on our pathetic cyber army. I'm telling you, America wants to make China look more threatening to the world so that America can move in on Asia. Just because America might cut their military budget doesn't mean their military would be any less effective. Just because China is increasing our military budget doesn't mean our military will be any more effective. All the money probably goes towards women and liquor. China never threatened any other country. Why do we need such a large military budget? America cutting back on military spending is because they are gearing up for something even bigger.
Before America started making accusations of Chinese cyber attacks, the vast majority of Chinese internet users weren't aware that China even had a cyber army. Now, after the Western media's coverage of Unit 61398, supposedly a cyber unit of the China's People's Liberation Army based in Shanghai, many internet users began to ask questions themselves. Is there a Unit 61398? How do you join Unit 61398? Can I use my connections to get a job there? Well, there seems to be a lot of interested people, but as you can probably guess, not a lot of answers.